Hi everyone, it's Ashton, the Outspoken Oracle, and I'm here with another tarot reading for you. Please keep in mind that tarot readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please just think of me as your bestie who's here to impart some wisdom on you. As with any wisdom or advice that you take from your best friend, use your discernment with everything. Please only take what resonates with you. All right, so the message that I have for you today is I woke up exactly at midnight last night to this message about your presence being your power. And so, for certain people, and you will know who you are, who this reading is for, you have this dynamic energy where people are naturally drawn to you, whether you are an extrovert or an introvert. People are naturally drawn to you. A lot of people consider you to be a friend or an acquaintance or just a source of knowledge that they go to. People defer to you for a lot of things because they find your presence, your wisdom to be very valuable. And it has helped a lot of people. Like, I'm very much getting the energy that people that have interacted with you and who have actually like taken you seriously and who have, you know, just really been inspired by you, their lives have upgraded simply by being in your presence, simply by having you in their energy field. And it also feels like a lot of times people will be in your energy field, but not like for not too long. Like they'll be in and out pretty quickly, but it's like you leave people better. And I'm very much getting that people that are extroverts, you've kind of woken up to this idea of your ability to make these changes with people a long time ago, but you didn't understand that it was like a power within you that you were actually pushing out into the universe and helping people with. You didn't actually have an idea that this was something that you had within you to help people, but you did recognize the effect that you had on people. Whereas I'm picking up that those of you guys that are introverts, like you had no idea because you just kind of like, you you kind of force your way through social interactions, but at the same time you have no idea the ways in which you actually affect people's lives in a positive manner when you do interact with people. But I'm finding that at this time, what I'm picking up on is that both of you guys are integrating this awareness of the effect that you have on people and recognizing your power to affect change in people's life in a positive way. And you're honing in this power, but at the same time, you're both like extroverts and introverts. You guys are taking the time to acknowledge your power and protect your energy. But I'm going to do reading about like why it is that you were given this power and why it is, what it is, this is what purpose you guys are supposed to serve at this time on the planet. Because what I am picking up is that like you are very much here to serve a purpose, to serve humanity, and there is a distinct reason why. And so I'm picking up on that purpose, and we're going to read into it a little bit. All right. Angels, guides, ancestors, please assist me with this reading. Please help to give me insight into the questions I seek answers to. Protect from any negative entities that might try to interfere on this reading and give false information. Please speak truth and honesty to me through the cards. Give me insight of the highest good of everyone involved. And as always, thanks for showing up each and every day. Love you so much. All right, Spirit, what is the message you have for the collective in regards to this like downloaded input that I got about people recognizing their power in people's lives, recognizing how their presence is their power and how they affect people in a positive way, and how they improve people's lives when they've been in it. Spirit. All right. Starting off with this Knight of Blades that popped out. I'm getting that like your presence in people's life, it tends to cause a fast transformation. When you are not ignored, when you are taken seriously, when you are acknowledged for who you are and people actually pay attention to in a real way and actually take time to get to know you and get time to actually listen to what you have to say. Because I feel like for those that I'm talking to right now, it feels as if you might have felt as if people don't pay attention to you, people don't listen to you, things of that nature, like where your opinions weren't valued. But the people that do value your opinion and actually listen to you, you have this transformational energy in your aura. Like your presence is very transformational for people, and that's why I'm getting this Knight of Blades that came out. Let's clarify this Knight of Blades a little bit further, please, Spirit. Yeah, with this Two of Rods, you're very transformational and in a fast transformation for people to get more on their path. You assist those that take you seriously to get more on their purposeful path. They have a clearer vision of where they're supposed to go. Whether or not you had a good interaction with this person, these people, whatever, they will get more directly on their path by interacting with you as a person. And with this Five of Elixirs here, I am very much getting that, like, yeah, there are a lot of people that you have interacted with in the past who have regret surrounding you, regret for the way that they treated you, regret for the way they doubted you, regret for the way that they interacted with you, regret for the way that they talked about you, regret for the way that they misled you, regret for the way that they spoke ill upon you, regret for a lot of things regarding you, because the second that you with this King of Plates here, the second that you made the decision to cut off that energy from them, it's like they recognize that your energy in their life was a magical thing. Like, you actually brought a lot of magic into their life. And not like this magic did not exist for them, but for those that didn't take you seriously, those who treated you poorly, those who, just didn't have your best interest in mind, they are now in a place of deep regret. And it's like, with this King of Blades here, it's like you, in a lot of these instances, not all of them, you got wise enough to what their jig was and had to cut them off, had to cut off that energy, and had to be a little bit cold about it because of the fact that you recognize that they were an energy vampire, or the fact that they were treating you poorly and you're just like, I'm not going to do this. I'm done with this. But it's like you gave people a chance until you didn't. And then you're like, okay, no, I'm done. Because what I'm picking up on is that you see the best in everybody until you don't. It's like you, and when I say that you see the best in everybody until you don't, it's like you give people multiple chances, probably to your own detriment. And I'm picking up that it's something you need to stop doing. But once you actually see the truth, once you actually know what's real and what's right, you're like, nope, I can't go there anymore. And it's like, done. It's done. No more. We're done. And it's like you become cold as ice. Your cutoff game is strong. With this Nine of Coins in reverse, you leave people that are in this energy who have known that they've done you wrong in a place of feeling a distinct level of lack in their life. You feel them, they recognize when your energy has been pulled back, and they recognize how their life starts to turn downward after you have left their life. It is like you entered their life like as this angel to uplift them and do good things for them and help them on their way. And if they respect that and they honor that, then they continue to have this good fortune. And in fact, you can teach them to be more like you, whether it's intentional or unintentional. Just by being in your presence, it's like they are elevating themselves. But when they don't respect it, they are being left with a sense of lack in their life. But them getting to this place of lack, again, though, is also them being on their purposeful path, because they need to get to this place in order to make the changes to where they actually are a better person. Because it's like, I'm picking up that like you oftentimes accept people as they are, whether people might perceive them as good or bad. Like, you accept them regardless, because you whether you know it or not, just see the good in everyone. But it's like there are people that have taken advantage of you, and then this is what happens, where they are left feeling a lack of your presence once you decide to cut them off. And so that's the path we're going down right now. I think this is going to be a lot about the people that did you wrong, that didn't honor your presence, and then what happens to them after they are no longer a part of your life. With this Ten of Rods here, it's like their life becomes burden after burden after burden. Sickness, yes. They are losing relationships, yes. There are sometimes deaths around them, yes. They are losing jobs, yes. Losing money, yes. with this magician, it's like their life is then transformed. It's and you see how it's got this infinity sign here. Their lives are transformed, and this is the hand of God that's here. This is nothing to do with you. This is the hand of God who's being the magician. God is the magician of the world in general. And with this infinity here, it's very much giving me what goes around comes around, because what happens to them after they have treated you poorly and they're left with this regret is karma. For some people, it is instant karma. For other people, it takes a while for it to catch up to them. But when the karma does catch up to them, suddenly they're thinking about you. Suddenly they're recognizing it was you that was helping them stay on the straight and narrow. It was you that was actually influencing their life in a good way. But this, what comes around goes around. Things will come back to them, and their life will be burdensome, and it's because of how they treated you. It's because they did not honor your presence, your energy, and what you had to offer them in their life. And the thing of it is like you are now recognizing what effect you have on people. In the past, you didn't, and so you would stay in these situations where you were not receiving reciprocal energy, and now you're recognizing that, and so you're a lot quicker to pull back your power. And some people don't even get the opportunity to see how great being in your presence really is, and that's actually for the best, because they need to learn something along the way regardless. They'll learn it from somebody, but you're no longer putting yourself in the position where you are going to be allowing yourself to have those lessons of letting people feed off of you energetically like you did in the past. With this Hierophant. Yeah, this magician here and the Hierophant here, it's like with these burdens of this 10 of rods, it's very much something that happens because God wills it to happen. God wants them to be burdened. God wants them to have their karma. God wants their lives to be transformed in this way, because then what happens is that when somebody's life is so messed up, they have no choice but to turn to God. When somebody hits rock bottom, they then turn to God. And not saying that your energy, when you pull it back from somebody that has done you wrong, who regrets doing you wrong, it leads to them having their life hit rock bottom. I'm not saying that that's going to always happen. I am saying, however, that this happens more often than you actually realize, but you don't know it because you are no longer involved with these people. Because when you pull back your energy, it's like your detached game is strong. And unless you still have connections to these people, you're not even going to realize what's going on with them. But I'm telling you now that burdens have become these people who have done you poorly. And so I'm hearing you don't have to lift a finger, and not that you ever would have done that, because that's not who you are as a person. That's not your personality. But when people have done you wrong, you don't even need to think about it. You don't need to ruminate on it. You don't need to even worry about it, because God has got you. They will get their karma. Just like your karma is coming and it's happening, and I'm feeling like it's happening sooner rather than later, the good karma that you have coming to you. And so just hold on to that thought, but also know that those people that have done you wrong are also receiving their karma. With this Queen of Elixirs in reverse here, I'm very much getting they're no longer receiving good favor. And it's not just from you, but it's from their entire world around them. It's like I'm hearing this Joy Enriquez song. I don't even know why, because I haven't listened to her since I was in middle school or high school. But she's like, losing the love from someone like you. It's like that's what they're ruminating on. It's like, oh my God, this person really loved me. And I'm not even talking about relationships. It could be a family member, it could be a coworker, it could be a friend, it could be a potential romantic partner. But it's like once they've lost their love, it's like then they are experiencing love loss everywhere. Their world does not seem like a loving place. Accident after accident, tragedy after tragedy, burden after burden. It's like they can't get ahead. It feels like they might be cursed, and it's because they did you wrong. It's because they treated you poorly. It's because they didn't recognize what they had when you were in their life until they did. And they are recognizing that their downfall, this sense of lack that they are experiencing, is directly related to the time in which you cut them off. And the thing of it is that you cutting these people off, they could walk away from you first, right? But then when you cut your energy off from them, whether you do like an actual like physical cord cutting, or you just energetically pull back your energy and you're like, this person is I'm putting them in a box and I'm not going to think about them anymore. They feel that whether they recognize it or not instantaneously when you decide to cut back your energy, and it affects their life in a way that they never saw coming. And the love is not there anywhere after you left. With this temperance in reverse, things get flipped on their head and become completely unbalanced in their life when you have cut off your energy from them. Because whether or not they recognize that they were being an energy vampire to you, they were working off of your energy to make them feel good. And a lot of people don't want to acknowledge when they are in the presence of somebody who has good energy. They don't want to acknowledge when they're in the presence of somebody who energizes them or makes them feel better. Because oftentimes people that are energy vampires tend to be very egoic and operating in ego, so they think very highly of themselves, that they have a hard time acknowledging that actually, if I connect all the dots, it was this person that I was around when I was feeling the best. It was this person who I was talking to when I was feeling the best. And now I don't feel good anymore. What changed? Oh, it was this person who's no longer in my life. And this is why I'm not feeling good anymore. But a lot of people are not going to be able to recognize that, or they're unwilling to recognize that, because then it makes them feel as if they have given their power away to somebody else. But it's not even that. It's like you were sent as a lesson to show them the right way, but they were also a lesson for you to show you that you are not supposed to be giving up your energy so easily, that your presence is your power, and so that you need to protect your energy and be very discerning about who you give your energy to. There needs to be a reciprocal energy exchange when you're operating in your life. But their lives for sure become unbalanced once you are no longer in it. With this Five of Rods in reverse, I'm picking up very much like you live rent-free in these people's heads. They are sitting there having conversations with themselves about what they're going to do the next time they see you. And some of them, they're pissed at you for their behavior. So some of them are like plotting their revenge on you, but it's like, you're long gone. They can't even touch you. And even if they could touch you, God's not going to let them touch you. And some of them are actually feeling a lot of regret and feeling bad and feeling conflicted about their past behaviors. And that's what this Five of Elixirs is. It's regret, but it's all internal. They're feeling this internal conflict. And some people want to fight you and some people want to apologize, but they are feeling really down and bad about this. With this moon in reverse in the position of what's not working here, it's that these people that were feeding off your energy were A, not in touch with their own emotions, but B, they didn't understand the importance of vulnerability, because what you showed them, even if you didn't tell them necessarily your story and what things were about, you were vulnerable by expressing a part of you that helped them to grow, right? And these other people were unwilling to be vulnerable and be open and honest about their emotions about things and just saw things on a very surface level. It's like these people lacked depth is what I'm picking up on. And so their inability to actually tap into this emotional side of themselves, to be transparent, to be clear and honest about their emotions was a problem. But I am picking up that once people get to this regret stage, though, a lot of them are picking up on that and they're like, well, I need to be honest with myself. There is a point where they eventually reach where they can't do anything but be honest with themselves about what's actually happening and who they are and what their emotions are. This Knight of Rods in reverse and this Five of Blades in reverse. I'm very picking up that they mistook what they were passionate about, what they were energetic about, what they were honest about, well, what they leaned into in their lives, they mistook it for the reality of what their emotional body was telling them what they needed. They turned to things that, like, to passionate things, distractions, over actually integrating their emotions into their lives. And with this Five of Blades in reverse, I'm very much getting like they eventually get to the point when they're recognizing that they need to be open and honest and vulnerable about their emotions, that they acted in a very immature way, and that they eventually get to the point where they realize, I need to grow up and I need to be better because I need to mature and stop acting in a way that's going to hurt other people, because they eventually get to the point where they recognize how they've not only hurt you but other people. And this is the third five that's on the board. So this, like, when I said that you have transformational interactions with people, these fives are all about transformation. So it is like you are a transformer. You are an alchemist. You change lives, whether or not you realize it or not. And like I said, half the time you're not even going to see this happen because that person's going to be long gone out of your life, as they should be. You should not hold on to the energy of people that don't deserve your energy, because if you're holding on to their energy, then they're still holding on to your energy, and they still have that connection to you, and they're still feeding off of you, whether or not you're talking to them. You could have not talked to them for 10 years, and they can still feed off your energy every time that you stop and think about them. With this, this Three of Blades, when people behave in this way towards you, when they treat you poorly, they end up being not only in a place of regret, but they also miss the crap out of you. They eventually get to the point where they are sad, lonely, sad, and missing you. And I'm hearing, though, like, for a lot of these people, their egos won't allow for them to speak honestly and openly and admit to the fact that they miss you and that they regret their actions. But here's the thing, regret's not enough, though, because regret is like regret, like anger, is a surface level sort of situation. Until somebody gets to being remorseful and wants to take restorative action, their regret means nothing. If they want to have you back in their life, they need to be remorseful and show their remorse by their actions. Because I do feel like whatever's happening around y'all's energetic field, there are about to be a whole bunch of people from your past that are coming back that are going to want to be close to you again, because they are feeling regretful and remorseful and sad and upset, and they're recognizing that their life was so much better with you in it. It's like their sadness is actually helping for their transformation. Some of these people will just transform on their own. Others will actually come and seek you out, is what I'm getting, because they are missing your energetic goodness. With this Page of Elixirs, like I said, they're going to be reaching out. They are going to be coming with messages towards you to let you know, like, hey, like, I'm feeling these things, and, you know, I've missed you. I regret the way I treated you. I treated you poorly. Like, and for some of them, they're going to be like, you won. You won. You were right. You told me, and I didn't listen. Like, I'm picking up on a lot of people that are going to have a lot of things to say to you because they miss you and they miss your energy. But this is where you're going to have to be discerning about what they're coming towards you with and what this energy is actually about, because some of them could be deceptive and they could just want to come and siphon your energy again when you've moved past that. So you need to be super discerning about who you let back in when they come with this stuff. But I am picking up that for the most part, because I am picking up on this energy that they're going to be coming back into your life, I am picking up that for the most part, a lot of these people are going to be actually very genuine, but you need to be ultra discerning. And if people's words don't match their actions, then it's time for them to go. You need to recognize if you are feeling an energetic reciprocation, because if you don't, then they need to go. And you need to be very, very careful about letting them know fully what's going on in your life, because they could mess up all your stuff just by pulling on the energy of the good things that are happening to you. So don't let them know. Don't let them in so quick. You have to keep an arm's length until you know that they are safe to have around you. Because with this 2 elixirs in reverse, like I said before, some people are coming with the wrong energy and you guys are not going to be in alignment, but they're going to try to fake it with you because they recognize what they're missing. They're missing that transformational energy that you have, that you gave them, and they want to siphon off of it. And they will try to act like they are in coherence with you. They will try to act like you guys are in alignment. They will try to act like they are being respectful and honoring you and reciprocating that energy, but they won't be. It's going to all be a game, and you need to be very careful about that. A lot of people will be honest. But some people, the ones that were probably the worst actors, that's not the case. So you need to use your discernment. Pay attention to your dreams is what I just heard. With this Lovers in reverse, don't be so quick to think that the love is all there, because it may not be. Again, it could be an illusion. But you have to make that choice. And I'm picking up that if it feels off to you, if your heart's telling you no, if your discernment's telling you no, your intuition's telling you no, then it's a no. You need to make that choice to not give the love where the love is not deserved. Because you, with this 7 of Coins, you've grown past that. You've moved past that. You have seen enough, you've learned enough to where you don't need to go backwards. And by letting the wrong people back into your life, then you're taking a step backwards when you've grown past that and you've seen your growth. And in your growth, you've learned your lessons, and you need to continue to hold on to those lessons as you move on in your life. And so your ability to filter out people quicker is happening a lot faster in your life. And use this same discernment with any old people that are revisiting you. This 2 of Coins in reverse is telling me, because if you don't, then there is a potential for them to turn your life all out of balance. And with these 2 hearts here, it's very much showing me that, like, you'll be the one that's left heartbroken, where they're going to be the one that's going to be fulfilled. Do not let the wrong people back in, because some of these people will try to be wolves in sheep clothing to show up to you and try to be let back in, say, I've learned my lesson, this, that, whatever. But you need to be very discerning, and you need to see actions match words, and you need to, honestly, above anything else that you see or hear, whatever, trust your intuition over anything. If your intuition is giving you the ick, is telling you no, is telling you this is not right, then you need to let them go. You need to let them move on, and don't let them back in. And I'm not going to say ever, right? Because you have to surrender to what God's plan is for you. But I would suggest that, especially if this person hasn't been out of your life for very long, that you give them a good long break from being in your life. You let them sit in it and experience the downfall, because if their egos are as big as what I'm picking up on, some of these people need a big, big, massive downfall for them to finally realize the way that they've treated you wrong and how they've been wrong in their life. Okay? I'm going to leave you guys with that today. Thank you so much for rocking with me. This is the message I have for you today. Please never forget just how, please, please, please. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. All right. Please never forget just how divine you are.